What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Stephanie stepping down from WWE and leaving, the real reason why Stephanie has left WWE, who her replacement is, Naomi and Sasha Banks are not booked for this week's SmackDown, Triple H is back full-time in WWE, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk for the latest news and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. And now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Stephanie McMahon stepping down from WWE. Topping the news today is Stephanie McMahon's announcement that she is taking time off from the WWE. She tweeted last night that as of tomorrow, I am taking a leave of absence from the majority of my responsibilities at WWE. WWE is a lifelong legacy for me, and I look forward to returning to the company that I love after taking this time to focus on my family. Word quickly spread from the WWE that most of WWE staff were unaware of Stephanie's big move until she tweeted the news herself. As we'll see, there are a number of other factors that may have played a role in Stephanie's sabbatical other than her family. Stephanie has been a WWE fixture since she was a teenager, and by 1999 she'd become an on-screen character. Since then, Stephanie has become heavily involved backstage, including time as the WWE's head writer and later as the company's chief brand officer. In addition, Stephanie sits on the WWE's board of directors and is said to own 2.5% of the WWE stock, with Wrestling Inc.'s Cy Mohan reporting the stock is valued around $116 million. Next up, Triple H comes back to WWE full-time. Now, after Stephanie McMahon's shocking announcement that she's taking time off from her duties as chief brand officer to focus on her family, news is coming in that Triple H is now back in WWE full-time. There has been a tremendous amount of speculation concerning Stephanie's motives for stepping away, which will be covered later, but according to Dave Meltzer, the billion-dollar princess's sabbatical has nothing to do with Triple H being away from the office. In fact, Meltzer is reporting in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter that it was obviously a tough year with Paul Levesque being out for so long, and she had to pick up a lot of his responsibilities and obviously had to deal from a family standpoint with his health issues. Levesque is back in office full-time now. And naturally, fans will ask why Stephanie is taking time off now to spend with her family and why she didn't take time off when Triple H was dealing with serious medical issues. The reality is that fans don't know how much, if any, time McMahon took off to tend for her husband at the time, but it's also possible that Stephanie feels now that Hunter is able to work, she can now take off time to spend with her children, knowing she doesn't have to worry about caring for Triple H too. As for the game, now that Triple H is back in the WWE full-time, it'll be fascinating to see how much of an influence he has on NXT and its storylines, if any, after Vince McMahon changed the black and gold version of NXT into NXT 2.0. After Vince McMahon decided to take NXT into a new direction, there were murmurings that Triple H had been effectively ousted from running the show. The initial reports are unclear whether Triple H's return to office concerns NXT, something else, or a number of different responsibilities. As you've no doubt heard, and if you've kept up with our news videos, you've heard rumours that Vince McMahon blamed Triple H for the shellacking NXT took in the ratings when the WWE decided to put it up against Dynamite on Wednesday nights. There was also talk that the WWE Kingpin felt NXT had failed in producing any main event stars once they jumped to the main roster. Now, we won't go into too much to counter-argue that McMahon ruined a number of promising stars through bad booking when they left NXT. Regardless of how much Triple H impacts NXT storylines or how much backstage pull he has there, he's a trusted figure with many wrestlers and trainees, which should benefit everyone involved at the Performance Center and NXT. Triple H and Shawn Michaels have been reportedly recognized for their efforts in helping younger wrestlers hone their skills, and the WWE would be foolish to have them stop helping now. What do you guys think of Triple H's return? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Stephanie's replacement already announced. If you're wondering who's taking over for Stephanie during her absence, well, WrestleNomics' Brandon Thurston recently tweeted, Nick Khan will be taking over most of Stephanie McMahon's duties in her absence, according to multiple people at WWE. Select business partners have already been informed. Nick Khan continues to take on more responsibilities in the WWE, and you can be sure supporters and detractors will be watching him closely to see how he fares. But what is the real reason behind Stephanie McMahon stepping down? And naturally, Stephanie's surprise announcement that she's taking time off has sent the rumor mill into overdrive as fans and wrestling pundits speculate whether there's more to the story than Stephanie wanting to focus on her family. Well, Dave Meltzer shared his take on things in this week's Observer, saying, "There's no time frame for her return, but we were told she is returning. All kinds of speculation has transpired, but the only thing we were told directly is that this was 100% her choice, and this has been coming for some time. Not something that just happened out of nowhere, even though it would appear, because virtually nobody knew anything except a few that had kept it totally quiet until just before she released the info, but she was not forced or pressured, and it was her choice. As far as what it means for the future, that at this point would be all speculation. The key word is speculation, as there's no evidence to rely on, and it's known that the WWE has heavily promoted Stephanie's work in building up certain aspects of the WWE, including its women's division and its renewed focus on charitable contributions. At the same time, it's also known that Nick Khan is taking on more responsibilities in the company, and it's understandable that some people might speculate Stephanie's absence is tied in with Nick Khan's rise to power. This could be anything ranging from Vince wanting Khan to get a feel for all the aspects of the company to internal struggles leading to Stephanie being forced out and the WWE concocting a cover story. It is known that Stephanie didn't make the announcement until the WWE had concluded its upfront presentations for Fox and NBC Universal. Was the WWE concerned that Stephanie's absence might impact ad sales? It seems likely, as a company never wants to show signs of instability when it comes to pleasing the advertisers. Next up, Naomi and Sasha not booked for this week's show. Now, according to PW Insider, neither superstar is said to be at Grand Rapids, Michigan, the site of this week's SmackDown. Now, this could change between now and then, and we will keep an eye on this story. Next up, Sasha Banks' contract expiring soon. Here's another update on Naomi and Sasha Banks' WWE walkout in terms of both superstars' current WWE deals. As mentioned yesterday, Naomi's contract is believed to be close to expiring, which means she may be able to leave the WWE soon. As for the boss, Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens noted, Banks signed a contract extension 3 years ago. Usually WWE extensions are for 3 to 5 years. It's unclear exactly when a deal is up, but if she signed a 3-year deal, then a deal would also expire this year. Rumor has it the WWE is hesitant to fire either superstar for fear that they'll be snatched up by AEW. Next up, Paige joining Judgment Day. Is former WWE superstar Paige joining Judgment Day? Well, fans are talking about this after Paige recently told fans to imagine her returning to WWE. Just another tease by her, but Judgment Day leader Edge tweeted a picture of Paige. You may recall Edge also tweeted a picture of Ciampa recently, driving rumors that the former NXT superstar will be joining Edge's heel faction. Naturally, skeptics just think that the Rated R superstar is just having fun pushing the fans' buttons and that neither star is headed for Judgment Day. But one thing's certain with Paige is the WWE would have to clear her for an in-ring return, as last reports suggest she's not even cleared to take bumps, which could greatly reduce her role as a member of Judgment Day or even as a manager. However, what if Paige is cleared to wrestle? Would she be a good fit for the Fiendish faction? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Kenny Omega backstage in AEW. A former AEW World Champion Kenny Omega has been dealing with a number of injuries for some time, so much that he's finally had to take some time off to deal with them. Now reports are coming in that Omega is back in All Elite Wrestling, and while he's not ready to wrestle, he's still helping wrestlers out. PW Insider's Mike Johnson recently reported, while there is no known timetable on his potential return to the ring, Kenny Omega has been back at AEW TV tapings the last several weeks working behind the scenes, including producing some of the women's division matches. Omega reportedly underwent hernia surgery and is still recovering from that. We will continue following Omega's recovery and pending ring return. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.